Section 1. Introduction to Drug Discovery and Development. So, what is drug discovery? That probably would be the first question we ask. Drug discovery, as the name suggests, is discovering or finding a drug. But this would not be a good definition, right? More specifically, drug discovery is the process in which a new substance is discovered for possible medical purpose or other purposes. Drug discovery is often considered primer to medicine, biotechnology, and pharmacology. And this is because in order for its effect to be tested and used, the drug must first be discovered. And before we go any further, let's define what is drug. A drug by definition is simply any substance that has a particular effect on your body when introduced into your body. In drug discovery, the drug that we're talking about is mainly for medicinal purposes and not for recreational use. The recreational drugs are drugs that you take for fun or leisure, such as ethanol, alcohol, in vodka or tequila, marijuana, or even coffee and a cigarette. These are all substances that you take that introduced into your body has a certain effect, whether you feel more stimulated, more awake, more relaxed, or less stressed. These are all effects. But the main difference is how you use it. And of course, that means the purpose of the drug matters. Ethanol can be used for medicinal purposes as well, but the goal of drug discovery is to find medicinal drug candidates that treat diseases or other ailments. For medicinal drugs, you have drugs such as Tylenol for your headache, aspirin, and like insulin for diabetics. And medicinal drugs are again what we will focus for this course. In drug discovery, if you find a chemical compound that has a biochemical or pharmacological activity that can be therapeutic, we call this a candidate. These candidates may need some further modification or addition to become a better compound. And eventually, through further research, you will find a promising candidate. And this is what we call a lead compound or a leading compound. Drug discovery process is very similar to an interview process. First of all, there are a lot of people in an interview process that you want to filter out. But everyone has a certain potential for a job. And these are what we call candidates. But we can't hire all of them, right? There is only 1 or 2 people that are good for this job. And that's what we do through the interview process. We screen them and then we find a couple that might be a better fit. And ultimately, if you're one of the best, you're considered a lead candidate. And in drug discovery, this is very similar. If you find a chemical compound that has a biochemical or pharmacological activity that can be therapeutic, you will consider this a candidate. These candidates may need some additional modification or addition to become a better compound. Eventually, through further research, you will find a promising candidate. And this is what we call a lead compound or a leading compound. A lead compound is found through many ways, such as high-throughput screening, molecular modeling, computer-aided design, etc. And we will talk about the details of these approaches in the next section of this course. But in brief, there are a lot of chemical compounds that has an effect, but we want to find that's best for a certain disease. Which one is more therapeutically useful for our particular target? And we'll talk about the details very soon.